Hello. The story I'm about to tell you relates to a time when Val and I had a flat out in Cyprus, and we lived there mostly in the winter months about 15 years ago. On this particular day, we had planned to be out on our bicycles because Larnaca area is lovely and flat and perfect for bike riding, and we were planning a picnic and a swim in a nearby sandy cove. For safety, because Cypriot drivers are a little bit eccentric to say the least, we were riding on the pavement. But unfortunately, the handlebars of my bike got caught up with a standard lamppost and I went flying over the handlebars, striking my head on a concrete pavement. So there was poor old Val trying to staunch the flow of blood from my head with one of my beach towels and trying to get the attention of nearby passers-by. To our great surprise, a man in a pickup truck stopped and, although he couldn't speak much English, indicated that he would telephone for help from the local hospital. When we were put into the ambulance, I remember saying to Val, a little bit cynically, well, I guess that's the last we'll ever see of those bicycles, because we had to obviously leave them behind. However, when I came out of A&E, the ambulance drivers were still in the courtyard, and they said to me, oh, we've been asked for you to go and wait at the entrance gates to the hospital. And lo and behold, the man who had helped us by calling the ambulance was waiting for us in an enormous Lexus car, and he asked us where we lived and very kindly drove us home, spoke to our neighbour who was a fellow Greek Cypriot, explained what had happened and that he had in fact rescued our bicycles and would bring them round now he knew where we lived. It was an amazing time because he was a total stranger, somebody who we were totally not aware of, and he just happened out of the goodness of his heart to stop and help us. But the story doesn't end there. We carried on living in Cyprus, still riding our bicycles, but with a lot more care. And on the very last day when we'd sold our flat, we had to pay our final property taxes to the local authorities. And as I walked into the tax office, lo and behold, there was the man who'd helped us, our good Samaritan of a couple of years back. So, although he didn't speak English and I didn't speak Greek, we gave one another big hugs and I thanked him for all the help that he'd given us. I remember saying to Val at the time, and I still say it to this day, he was the absolute epitome of the Good Samaritan. He was a man who helped strangers who he did not know, who he'd never come across in his life, organised our transport in an ambulance, saw to our welfare, got us safely home, and even rescued our beloved bicycles. And it just goes to show that although we think that we live in a fallen world where there's nothing but evil in men's hearts, in actual fact that's not true. There's a lot of goodness and grace in men's hearts through the grace of God that enables them to carry out acts of kindness like our Cypriot Good Samaritan. I hope you enjoyed the story and found it inspiring. God bless.